Welcome back to the channel. You're joining me from the countryside, which means one thing: I'm in my hometown and we're picking up a very special lady that goes by the name of Christine. We've got a very exciting day tomorrow and I'm so excited to share more of it with you guys. And most importantly, let's see what she has to say about it. Meow. Hello, Mum, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks, Josie.
Are you excited for our trip?
Yes, I am actually. A bit nervous because I'm not quite sure what we're doing, but...
We are going to... It's Kinship Care Week.
Care Week.
They raise awareness for kinship carers in this week. Obviously, they do it all throughout the year, but they're especially focused on this week, so there's lots of appeals going on. And they're running an event at Newcastle United Football Stadium, especially for kinship carers, and we're giving a Q&A.
Right.
You're going to meet lots of important people.
Oh, my goodness, I'll have to be on my best behaviour now.
Good morning. I've just dropped Christine off at the entrance. I'm trying to figure my way out of this car park. Today we're at the famous St James's Park. Amazing day ahead.
Because I'm sitting in between the gladiator slayer. Do you like that title, Joe? Joe Fishburne. Do you like that title?
I'm not sure really. I think you always do a good job of a great introduction.
You are a gladiator slayer. I mean, I'm very impressed to be sitting next to you, Joe, but I'm far more impressed to be sitting next to your Nana, Christine. Christine, how are you?
I'm okay, and I've actually got here okay. Yes, we travelled over yesterday, fabulous run.
You brought Joe up. You are, the OG of the kinship carers. So just tell
Is that old granny?
No, original. I would never deign to call you an old granny. You're a young slip of a thing.
Yeah, very sadly we did lose Claire, my youngest daughter and Joe's mum.
You have spoken so fondly about Christine every time I talk to you, and your childhood was pretty idyllic, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, well, we've just been sat in a room with about 100 kinship carers and she was telling them all how much of a pain I was, actually.
Sometimes he has been a pain.
What's the naughtiest thing that you used to do?
Oh my goodness, am I supposed to remember that?
I remember once, didn't you tell me a story? This might not even be true. Didn't I jump off the cooker once?
Oh, did he?
Oh yes, he did that at 2. Yes. It was one of those cookers with the oven lid that comes down.
But did you know he was going to be a gladiator slayer then?
But you know I didn't, but I can see where it came from. I came into the kitchen and he's on the dropped lid, climbing up, and I thought, well, shall I leave him or shall I shout? Thank God it wasn't switched on.
Well, goodness me.
Which was really good.
I never expected, and I'm super grateful for all the memories that gladiators gave my family and myself, especially with me and my mum. But wherever I can help, and it's kind of given me this opportunity to maybe share the struggles, the challenges, the hardships that other people, and I mean there's over 10,000 children in kinship care in the northeast alone.
Yeah.
So I said to Mum, if one person watches this and finds some strength or resolve from it, then it's worth doing. So
We can only give the love that we have, really. I sometimes it's hard and you can't describe it. You can't describe it at all. But the love of a child following you about and saying, can we do this? And we have to do that, Mum. And here we're going now, sort of thing, without even asking. And you just follow that child.
Joe, it's been an absolute joy having you on the show. And what would you say, Joe, from your perspective, from somebody who has been brought up by, and you call Christine Mum, by Christine, what would you say to anybody listening about kinship caring?
I think it's often something that's kind of thrusted upon people in the most terrible circumstances. But like I've said to all these hundreds of kinship carers that we just spoke to, I'm biased, but I think that the challenges and struggles these children go through and the strength and resilience that as a carer you instill, the life lessons they learn from this gives them kind of the determination and the resilience to hardship that you need growing up to actually kind of, I'm not going to say I'm successful, but life is hard, and we're living in a strange time. You have to have a certain level of strength and resilience to kind of do anything you want to do in this world at the minute.
So we have just finished up an amazing event in the Magpie Suite in St James's Park. Incredible venue, obviously, and it's been the most amazing day. Now, I actually filmed our talk, and I think I've accidentally deleted it, but it doesn't matter. It was incredible, and obviously I've got the bits from the radio, but just to be here speaking to the Kinship carers, ran a bit of a Q&A, me and my mum, makes me so proud, and it got a bit emotional. I got to say thank you to Christine for everything she's done for me, and just amazing. And kind of this charity, what they do, bring people together, is absolutely incredible, and I'm very proud to be a part of it, and I'm looking forward to future events. Welcome back, and I'm looking extraordinarily suave for me, by my standards. Today I'm talking at Coventry University in Scarborough, their campus there. We're going to be talking about my story, setbacks, touching on topics of resilience and adversity. And I'm super excited. I've just been to my favourite place for coffee, probably in Scarborough, Wilson's Food Hall in Seamer. This is actually my friend's brewed coffee, Bold Brew. Shout out Bold Brew. How cool is that? He's living one of my dreams, I think. Have your own little coffee roastery and do all of that. Oh, amazing. See your own coffee on the board. So Bold Brew is pretty class. So if you don't know, if you want coffee, get some Bold Brew. But very excited, bit nervous. I think it's about 100 people today. Obviously I had that amazing event with my mum on Friday. It is now Tuesday. Got a couple of other speaking gigs this week before we get into the tour, and I've got a little bit less time, and it's something I'm incredibly grateful for. So hopefully you'll get to see some of it. Oh, thank you. That was brilliant. Again, I love putting this picture on the board because look at the state of me as a kid. I achieved essentially nothing until I was 17. So I always tell all the kids who I coach, whatever, blah, 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 obviously not to give up, but like if at any of these times I'd have just given up, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have kind of gone on to do other things. And I think that's super important. So I like to kind of come and share a little bit of vulnerability as well. Adversity is my superpower. And I say that because I can kind of go through the bits at the start, the bit of setbacks, blah, 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 blah. But hopefully this will kind of make it hit a little bit different. So when I was 2, I lost my mum. I'll be honest, I don't remember it. I deal with much worse situations as a gymnastics coach. That is something that makes me unique. I don't want you guys to ever think you can't do something because maybe you've, lost a parent, maybe you've got a different upbringing, got a different background. But this woman also lost her child under not very nice circumstances, and then went on to look after her grandchild full time. That's a massive sacrifice. Thank you so much.
But in addition to all of those things, Joe's also an advocate for Kinship Care and is an ambassador for the charity Kinship. So let's give him a big round of applause.
I'd just like to say thank you firstly for having me. Obviously, you all haven't picked to have me in here, so if you don't like what I'm about to tell you, I'm sorry. But a lot of what I do is trying to motivate, inspire the next generation. I don't know anybody who would take the offer of being bad at something for 10 years. Like, genuinely, in retrospect, I'm like, why did I even bother doing that? I'm like, what? Why? How do I sit here and say, yeah, actually, if you just do it for 10 years, like, you're going to be really good at it? I'm sure there's people in here that have surpassed 1 decade of work and all of those things. Unfortunately, I'm not old enough to resonate with you guys. So I'm being very cheeky here, honestly. I'm definitely not coming back, am I? I don't think we've got many young people in here, so I'll probably just say, like, guys, I'm 24. 24. I'm not saying you're old, but if young to me is like, anyway, hecklers, yeah? I prefer this front row. Different places. Took her to Botham's last week. Whitby. Anyone been to Botham's Whitby? God, yeah, look at that. That was a bigger cheer than when I walked on. Botham's is amazing. I'm going to send them this. Botham's is incredible. Walked in Botham's,
4 people recognised my mum. Firstly, she lost my place in the queue, fuming. That queue, you mistime that queue, you're there for ages. Trying your best is all you can control. And I want you guys to kind of leave here today and you might think, right, this guy's 24 and what does he know? God, he's not even lived yet. I thoroughly believe I've learned quite a lot of the lessons that people don't unlock until they're older. Losing their parents, the value of actually adversity. And that's my message now. I help people get into shape, so if anyone wants to get into the good nick or the shape, obviously you guys look like you're already all in great shape, so I'm probably going to not get any clients from this. But if anyone does, just drop me a little email or a message. But if I'd have put that on the board 20 years ago, everyone would have laughed at me. I mean, everyone just did laugh at me, but I think it was more because I'm hilarious. And I want to say thank you very much for listening. What a week it has been. You can tell I've lost my voice a little bit. I've got a little bit of rest to do, I think, before the tour starts, but there's lots I can be getting on with. I'm very grateful that I get to go around and do all of these speaking gigs at the minute. It's something that I hold very close to my heart, whether it's a school, an assembly, or a keynote speech. There is something massively positive that I can take from it. And I think maybe everyone can learn something from sharing my story. It's not the most interesting, I'm not the most knowledgeable person, but my positive take on adversity is something everybody should aspire to. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Getting the videos in front of more people, and YouTube's going to suggest a video right here it recommends that you should watch.